Ai ko Nukarakai, tēnā koe.
A tēnā koe e te mana whakawā. A huri no te whare nei e mihi atu kia koutou katoa. A tēnei te mihi o ngā rakatira o Kurahupa Waka. A tēnei te mihi o ngā rakatira o te iwi o Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa. Nō reira e nau mahara mai ki te whare paramata. Mauria mai e whakaako ki te kaupapa e nunui. Nō reira e mihi atu kia koutou katoa. E te mana whakawā, it is indeed my pleasure as the Chair of the Māori Affairs Select Committee to speak on the Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa Claim Settlement Bill, the second reading. Sir, I want to be quite specific in what I'm going to sort of present here because it is very much reflected on the work that the Māori Affairs Select Committee has done since the first reading. And particularly going out to Waitangi to hear submissions from right across the whānau, hapu, iwi of Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa. And also, sir, to get a very, very good insight into the feelings of Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa. And I must say, as has been said in this House this morning, is that it hasn't been an easy journey. But there are a number of things, and the first one would be the question around participation. And in that ratification process of the Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa Deed of Settlement, so we advised that the level of participation was about 30.9%. And when we look at the total voting packs that were actually distributed, they accounted for about 2,426, but only 750 votes were received. This participation rate in some ways may seem disappointing, but we do understand that this is considered, if you look at other treaty settlements, this is considered a middle range, actually, of participation. So that's the first point. Now, while we would all like overall participation to be higher and for more members of the iwi to have been involved in this process, our main concern is that members had the opportunity, and we saw this, is that members did have the opportunity to partake actually in this consensus. So that's the first point. So the next one is that, to me also, there was a very open and transparent process to ratify the settlement, including widespread advertising of the hui, voting packs, which were distributed widely. So that is that first point. But we can only hope, particularly when we look at this, this ratification process, is that it is a signal, though, is that once this settlement is completed in the third reading, is that there is still a lot of work to be done to actually bring everyone together and work together, to hoia the waka together, around that real important value of kotahitaka. The next part of it, sir, was that during the select committee process, we heard about the disagreement over whether Mangawhero marae and the settlement boundary. And looking at that, sir, but we were satisfied that the boundaries used in the settlement were appropriate, and given the support of most people in both Mangawhero marae and Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa, that the marae is a Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa marae. And that was really important, and that's something that we really did listen to, and we were very comfortable with that particular outcome. We also heard about the issues surrounding the ownership of Stony Creek Station. It's been mentioned here before. So I just want to mention the fact that, you know, it had been demonstrated to us that the station had been illegally occupied by some members of Ngāti o Kiwa, and that has been an ongoing thing since 2007. It was quite disappointing that these members, as a subgroup of Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa, have devalued the asset which forms the key feature of the redress in the iwi settlement. We heard that most Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa hapu and marae have associations with the Stony Creek Station. And most members of Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa are also members of Ngāti o Kiwa. So we've seen this before in treaty settlements. So it was really the fact is that we didn't want to play Solomon. We actually just wanted to get a very, very good overview of this issue. And so from the outside looking in, we were comfortable with the fact is that there is that close association, bloodlines, whanaukā, and so that is another part of the work that still needs to be done once this treaty settlement has been finalised. So the other part of this was that we were alerted to the concerns that the bill would extinguish other hapu claims and relationships with the Moka Whakaangi and the Whangaroa Harbour. So the relationship of Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa to the Whakaangi Scenic Reserve is recognised with an overlay classification. However, this does not preclude other iwi or hapu from establishing a similar customary relationship on this site. So again, actually, it's acknowledging all of those that are actually involved and have actually relationships with this site. So the other part of this is that we note that this settlement does not include any redress related to Whangaroa Harbour. There is also, sir, some discussion that the Crown should make acknowledgements to individual hapu. And this was a really important one, particularly the acknowledgement to hapu. However, the Crown's approach, sir, as we all know, working within the treaty settlement process, is that the Crown's approach is to settle with large natural groups, which in this case is that the acknowledgements and apologies are directed to Ngatikahu ki Whangaroa as an iwi rather than any particular hapu. And that was our resolution there and our understanding. And the only amendments, sir, we have recommended to this bill, though, are very technical in nature and relate to changes to land descriptions. Mr. Speaker, e te mana whakawā, I look forward to taking this bill further after this second reading. I want to acknowledge those that have come from the far north here to Pōneke today, and to also just acknowledge to your manaki, to me, our party, the Minister, when we came to Otoranga Marae, and in December to sign the deed of settlement. And I was a witness to that. So on that note, e te mana whakawā, it has been a long journey. It will be a little longer, but we've been there. But it will suffice. And the third reading will come, and you will have your settlement. And as I've mentioned in my speech, that this is only really the start of building that kotahitanga amongst your people, and to sort of take that so that you're all hoeing that waka together. Nō reira, e te mana whakawā, e huri no te whare nei, e nā manuhiri atuaraki. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, i mihi atu koutou katoa, and I commend this bill to the House.